Welcome once again to Clinical Theurgy. Absent of apparently 3 players at the start, this is episode number 15. Just while we wait on the other players who both walked away as soon as I started the
There's no way
intro,
to tell because John's not here.
why don't you go ahead and let us know what happened last time?
So, last time we continued deeper into the Tunnel of Mistakes. Basically, the party was not supposed to be going into the tunnel. We were warned against the tunnel, but apparently we all missed it. So, we kept going. I guess some of us thought that maybe there was a way around. It just wasn't going to be the easy way. Anyway, so we kept going. We found some more spiders. The other was a drider. So we found spiders. There was a big mama spider and several baby spiders. And it took us forever to kill them. Like, we just were very, I guess, freaked out by the spiders. But we killed them.
As we're rolling like chumps.
It was terrible. And so then we eventually got to the end of the tunnel. There was no more digging. They had to stop because there was a dwarven civilization below. And after an exhaustingly long time trying to figure out what we were going to do, Elizabeth cast light on a pebble and threw it down, and that caught the attention of a gnome. And the gnome came up to talk with us. I think I have the name written down here somewhere.
Did you give us a name?
I thought he did. I don't have his name written down. But anyway, he agreed for a price to ferry us down. Gulron couldn't wait for all of that, and so he went on ahead. He just like tied a rope around and just like, I guess, rappelled down or whatever.
Yep, and then failed.
And apparently he decided that the good thing to do was to just go up to the first dwarf he saw and tell him what he thought was going on, and they don't look too kindly to outsiders, so he was promptly carried off to jail. The gnome said he would try and do what he could to secure his release, but that we all needed to hide because, again, we are outsiders, we're not trusted, and if he's caught with us, he would be considered like breaking the law as well. So that's about where we are.
All right.
And he did say he could craft you a sort of costume where you could move about, kind of, but me and Anateus are two very clearly not the height of a dwarf or gnome.
Yes.
Or creature that would live down here.
Well, so when he gets the 3 of you situated at where he's keeping you, it's a very old kind of ramshackle building that looks like there's probably not a lot of wealth put into keeping up this building, but there are other people who live within it, most of which don't bother to like even pass a glance at the 4 of you as you go inside. And he takes you to a room and unlocks it, and opens it up. And in there's a few cots and a small table, a couple of chairs. All right, so here's the thing. So, like I said, I don't know if you're not a gnome. Then I assume you don't have dark vision, right?
I don't believe so. I think I can see better in dim light.
That's not useful. And you, Elfman, no chance you've got dark vision either?
No.
Well, better that anyway. At least they won't think you're a drow. So, well, I think at least for you, I might still have... And he starts rummaging through various pockets that he has. And he pulls out a pair of glasses and hands them over to you, Brianna. If you put these on, it should give you at least enough vision down here to be able to see a few feet in front of you. But they're a bit broken. So it might be a little bit hazy. And as he hands them to you, they've got like a couple of like cracks and scratches. But as you put them on, they will still imbue you with some level of dark vision. It's also going to be very important. The path I took you allows you to get through here without us being noticed that you're carrying light sources, but I need all of you to expunge any light sources that you have. Light is basically a good way to get yourself taken down here. Many creatures look for light and use it as a hunting mechanism. It is very, very dangerous to have down here for darklings and other little minions of other creatures often search for this kind of thing. I can, however, the rest of you are waiting here. I can offer you this. And he walks over and he opens up a drawer and pulls out what looks like a black candle and puts it onto like a little saucer. And he lights the candle with spark. And as he does so, the room kind of grays. Like you can see that the room becomes more gray, and it starts to kind of automatically put out your lights.
Interesting.
Now, no one here will give you away. This is a refuge for those who need it here. We all are of relatively similar mindset, and we all work together here to make sure that our parts of society stay intact, and we have a sort of mutual code. That being said, please make sure you're minding your own business, and you stay out of the affairs of others.
We can certainly do that.
Good.
Yep, I don't want to meddle with anything down here personally.
Excellent. Then I think all should be well for what needs to be done. So, Brianna, you will need a more appropriate name. And let's see, what can I think of? One sec. He thinks. You could be Sunshine Dayquest. No. I'm thinking wrong. We need more Spinnerfliblin style names. Maybe something more along the lines of... Sankum? No, I don't like that one. Needs to be something you'll easily remember. I'm not good on Spinnerfliblin names. I've been kind of down here myself impersonating. They're okay enough with gnomes, but they knew they would not be happy with me here. Name is important. Name, very, very important. How about Gamlin? You could be Gamlin.
Yes, I can do Gamlin.
Okay, very good. The two of you, if you'll just stay put, you should be safe here. If for some reason you're not, do what you need to survive. And I hope that when I return, I can figure out whatever happened.
Okay.
Fantastic.
All right, now, Gamlin, off we go.
Okay.
He'll lead you back down the stairs, and with these new lenses on, you can see that this is a very, very dark and very heavily stoneworked city that lies within here. He winds you around a very large series of roads, through some of the buildings are actually built into like stalactites and stalagmites that have kind of like forged together. And some of them are like, there's actual tunnelways that exist where like walls kind of go through a cavern but then wrap back on themselves. And he will eventually lead you from where you came in initially, which is up here. I'm sorry. Yeah, up here. Actually, no, I'm sorry. That is slightly incorrect. You would have came in through here. Down into here. So you get to see a pretty sizable amount of the city as he guides you to a rather reasonable sized building. The building is like hewn out of one massive piece of stone, carved. You can see that there's no like, it's not like somebody came in and they built it brick by brick. This was literally somebody had a stone that was large enough and then started carving into that stonework to produce the building that stands in front of you. Standing outside of the small stone wall that wraps around the outside are a pair of dwarves dressed in this very deep colored full plate. And they look at him as he approaches. "You're not supposed to be around here anymore, boy. What do we tell you?" I know where I'm supposed to be, but I have something that is very important. "And who's this one you bring with you? She's not seen her around before. What's your name, little one?"
Oh, my name is Gamlin.
"Gamlin, eh?
Yes.
Not heard that name before."
I don't know. I don't get out much.
Listen, this is not... I wouldn't be here if I didn't have good reason. You of all people know that. Be that as it may, you know that... Look. What do you got? Let's skip all this and let's just get down to it. What do you got? You brought in somebody recently. Somebody from the outside. And I have people I know that are in arrangements with them, you could say. They working with drow. This one mentioned something about drow. Or something. Something coming to attack us. Humans, drow, one of the things. Maybe the other towns. I'm not sure any of those details at all. I just know that that Gamlin here is a bit of an envoy on behalf of some people I work with, and we just want to make sure that the prisoner is being well cared for. Is this true?
Oh, yes. Every word.
I'll tell you what. If you continue to make good on what we discussed a couple of days ago, and you, let's say, double it for a couple of days, I think I can arrange for you to check in on things. Double? Yes, double. I think that's more than reasonable. Double is fair. I don't have access to double. You understand this, right? Well, you have a new trade person here. This new envoy of yours. They'll certainly help you. But won't you, little one?
Of course. We'll do whatever we need to do.
I bet you will. Probably why you're here in the first place. Anyway, you'll work it out. And if not, well then, in a few weeks, you'll owe me a lot. He whistles over to a couple of guards inside the wall, who come running up. Another pair of dwarves, also in full plate. And they will take the two of you, and extend their hands. Oh, they're going to have to shackle us, to take us into their dungeons. It's perfectly normal. They escort us there. Once we get down, they will unshackle us and let us inside. But as part of the arrangement, we have to look like prisoners.
I will nod and allow them to do this.
Okay. The two of you are shackled, and you are walked into this massive stone structure. And as you get inside, there is a series of checkpoints in between that you will need to drop off any of your excess gear. Armor, weapons, anything stone or metallic will need to be left behind. And once you get past a few of these checkpoints, you'll be dragged on down to the dungeons. Once in there, you're set into a room. The dwarves that escorted you in leave, locking the door behind you. I always hate this part. I'm not exactly sure how long we have before we will actually be escorted out of here. It often feels like I'm being imprisoned for a little while at times. But don't worry, I've done this a number of times before, and our friend up there won't let anything go wrong.
Well, I definitely, I trust you.
That's good. Most people don't. Probably for the right reasons. All right. Let's jump back to the two of you back in the empty and deserted room.
Oh, yeah.
So, it has been very quiet up there since the two of them left. Aside from, you can hear the murmur of voices out in the distance. Can I get a perception from the two of you? Ooh, damn, Antaeus. A good time for that. So you are sitting in one of the chairs near where the window is, and you think you hear a kind of scratching noise at the window. This is not the proper creature, though. No, it's not.
I'll kind of I'll nudge Elizabeth and then kind of look over at the window.
As you glance out, you will see a very long arm starting to reach up to the window at you, and I'm going to need you and Elizabeth to roll me initiative.
Ugh.
I don't know if you can see it, but you have little... hold on, I need to configure these minis for you. So give me 1 second here.
I was gonna say I see those tiny figures, but I can't actually.
Yeah,
click
I will...
on them.
Hold on, I just gotta set them up real quick.
No.
Display. Oh, no, they don't. I'm displaying to anybody but me. Okay. I just need
Oh,
this
okay,
one.
that's... No, it's not.
Yeah, I thought I had actually programmed them for each of you. All right. Elizabeth, yours should be ready. And... Oops. Hold on. Yours is not. They're they're to the right of the map in like the picture.
Oh, okay.
But I don't
see
have it programmed right yet. Hold on. Just one sec.
Okay. There we go.
And yep, cool.
I only have the one bomb thing, but it doesn't matter at the moment because I don't have any left. So
I just spell their name wrong. I don't know why I do this. And the choker will get a 14. Very nice.
agree.
And I will need to change up the music. Because this is definitely, first of all, not the proper city music. And definitely not the overlying combat music that needs to be playing. All right. Elizabeth, you will be notified by Antaeus that something is crawling up the window. Or crawling up to the window.
So based off what I see, is there any knowledge check I can make to determine what in the heck this is?
You can come out to the window as well and take a look down and give me a knowledge check.
Which one?
This would be a knowledge dungeoneering.
All right.
Do you have any ranks in
nope.
it? Okay.
Nope.
Then
I'm not
no
doing
clue.
that. All right. I guess. I will try to hit it.
All right. It is not actually within reach because it is still a little ways down the wall.
Okay. Yes. So
It
then,
has reach.
Ugh.
I'll just ready an attack then, to where if it gets in range to hit.
Okay. Then it is going to go. And its long arm is going to reach out for Antaeus.
No, it's not.
Antaeus does a 17 hit.
Unfortunately.
I need you to take 7 points of damage as you feel its hand. Like, there are these little pins that are on the bottom of its hand as it wraps this massive hand around you. Give me a... I need to know if a... Ooh, that is probably going to do it. 23 will grapple versus your CMD.
Yeah.
Okay. So the hand reaches out and grabs hold of Cassius. Or, I'm sorry, Antaeus. Antaeus, you are held by this thing.
We'll see about that. All right. What kind? Is it a CMB to get out of it?
It is CMB to get out of versus its CMD.
Gotcha. That's better than my -4 for escape artist.
Not like that. It won't
Probably
be.
still held.
All right, Elizabeth. This thing is 10 feet down the wall with its arm reaching up and holding on to Antaeus.
Can I just try to cut into the arm?
Sure.
See?
Give me an attack roll. It has a bonus because it is much harder to just hit the arm. But it is grappling, so that will make it a little bit easier as well. Ooh! That will most certainly hit. Roll me some damage here. Ouch! You cleave into the arm, almost hacking it completely off of it. And it quickly lets go of Antaeus, and it pushes itself off the wall and falls out of your sight range.
Two quick things. How big is this room?
The room is about 10 feet by 8 feet wide, so roughly 10 by 10.
Okay, and how many windows does this room have?
Just one.
Cool. I'm gonna go to the other side of the room.
Okay.
I'm gonna scurry over there and crawl over there to not be attacked anymore by that thing.
Well, this thing is making a run for it. It thought it was going to get some easy prey. It watched some lights walk their way over here. Figured I'll just go up to where I saw the light, where the light was last, and get myself a delicious snack. And it did not expect to nearly lose its arm. Just trying to get itself some dinner.
Yeah, get out of here. Slash your arms off.
Gone, get.
After things kind of calm down about a minute later,
Yes,
is everything okay in there?
we're fine.
You sure?
Yeah, we're sure. Something tried to grab at us through the window, but we took care of it.
Yeah, we saw it. We just saw it a little too late as it was running. Wanted to make sure there weren't more of them.
Not that we know of, or not that we've heard or seen.
Good. You got your light out, right?
Yes.
Good. Don't want to call in
have-
any more of them.
The gray is all we have.
Good. Very good. Let's keep it that way.
Okay.
All right. So, Brianna, you are sitting there for quite a while when finally someone comes in and has a seat on a bench across from the two of you. This is a probably relatively young dwarven man. His beard is rather short. There's no wear to his face at all. And he is merely dressed in chain from head to toe. And he takes a seat. Now I gotta know, what's this all about? I got a dwarf that comes down here and he's claiming things all about there's weaponry being brought here and everything is dangerous and we gotta listen, and he also seems somewhat starstruck, like the man's never seen another dwarf before. So, what's going on? That's. I think this is about the moment where. Well, I think you should give him as much of the story as you have.
Truthfully?
As true as you have it.
Okay. Well, you see, the man that you have jailed, he is my companion. He,
And where do you hail from?
Knightsbridge.
That's that town to the west of here, right?
Yes. And just so you know, he was an orphan. He actually has never seen any trueborn dwarves before.
That seems unusual. We know there's other dwarves in Knightsbridge. They send them out every once in a while when they think they're gonna get a deal made because they had a little bit of fur faces here.
I just know what he's told me. He's my business associate, so we didn't grow up together or anything like that. But anyway, we are traveling. We thought that the tunnel actually went all the way through, or that there was some means of us going through the tunnel. And so we went into the tunnel and we happened upon a drider. We defeated
Very dangerous thing to be Down there in the tunnel. You're sure there was a drider there?
Yes.
Not
Brianna
just some kind of spider jockey, but an actual drider.
It was an actual drider. We later on came across just some regular spiders, so we definitely got to see the difference.
Did you bring back the body?
No, we left the body where it was, but just beyond the body there was like a crevice, and it looked like there were siege weapons. There was a ballista, and I believe some catapults. We actually did take the ballista as far as we could carry it, but it's still back up at the surface. As proof. We thought that would be some good proof, but
the ballista that you bring with you, though, doesn't prove that you found anything there. The drider is more the proof. The ballista merely proves that you could be here to invade us. Very foolishly, of course, with a single ballista, but we've seen stupider people attempt stupider things.
It would be very unwise indeed, because none of us even know how to use it. So, but that's neither here nor there. Basically, our dwarven friend, he basically felt very strongly that we should warn you all, because he was not sure if, there were preparations, like, maybe that people were preparing to move against you. He wanted to make sure that, your city was safe.
Yeah, but lass, there's a right way and a wrong way to do that. You don't just run down here and start shouting things at the random people on the street.
I completely understand. Our friend, he's very rash. He's enthusiastic. He doesn't mean harm. He's just he does things sometimes without thinking.
Well, as I think this over, why don't you give me a diplomacy check to see how I feel about you?
Okay.
All right, we haven't really finished up with your friend, but when we do, we'll make sure his story matches up well enough with yours. It sounds about like it does. Very weird thing, though, for them to be all the way that far up to make such an attack. It's unusual they even know that tunnel is there. That we know of, no one's had any dealings with the Drow, and getting there would require one to move through our cities in order to reach up there, unless new tunnels have been built. And at the rate they would have to have been built, it would have been an impressive feat to behold.
Well, truly, we aren't very knowledgeable in such matters, but from what we could put together, we were concerned enough that we wanted to let you all know.
Very good, then. He'll take his leave for a while, leaving the two of you once again behind, unless you have anything else to say.
She would just thank him for his time.
Okay. Yeah, I know it's a little early, but let's go ahead and take a really brief break. And we'll see where this goes in a bit.